Hey guys, this is Debug Chimp. Welcome to the Html5 course for beginners. Today we will learn the basic for Html5, so if you're an absolute beginner, this course is definitely for you. This video will not be so long, so hopefully you will get the basic understanding what Html5 is and what it can do. I hope you guys are ready, because I am. Let's go. Before we jump into the code part, I will explain some of the building blocks that Html5 got and how it can be structured. As you can see on the image, we got some of the semantic tags that are used for structuring your website. I've tried to make a simple structure with those tags, so you get an idea how it can be set up when making the website markup or let's say template. As I mentioned before, this site is very simple, but the big websites out there, you can be damn sure that they are using the same. Now we will begin to dive into the code and begin to use some of these tags so we got a better understanding on how it works. Okay, now I have the Visual Studio Code open, and you can get it on their website, and I will drop a link down in the description. But as you can see here, it's code.visualstudio.com, and just hit the download button. I think it's the best editor out there, and I really like that. And if you haven't seen my video about the extension that I use for Visual Studio Code, you can also find that in the description. Okay, let's start. This is inside Visual Studio Code. As you can see, I got my browser on the right side, and I got the Visual Studio on the left side. I have opened the folder. As you can see, you can create a new folder. I have created one folder in here, and just select folder. And then when you are creating a new file, let's call it index.html. Yeah, and as you can see there is a fine little logo. That's not sure if you're following along. There is a logo on your Visual Studio, and that's because it's one of the extensions that I got. But let's start. The first one is the Doctype. As you can just type doc and push tab, and then it will make the basic template for the HTML file. And there's nothing scientific here. It's a header, and it's the HTML tag because telling the browser the HTML is starting here. And we have a body tag, and inside the body tag, it's all the content. In the title, we can type HTML5 beginner course, and in the title, it will tell when you are looking in the source code or up here. Okay, so good. Well, let's start making a header. The header is, as it explained, it's the if you can remember the image from before, it's the top of the home page. So we make an h1 tag, and it's a heading 1, and we call it employee management system. As you can see now, there's nothing showing up here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, if you want to reveal it in your browser, you have to open the file location and click on it and use. I think I use this. Just 2 seconds. Okay, I have used Firefox for this one. As you can see here, it's opening the file directly and showing what it is. And as you can see here, it's understanding that it's a h1 tag here. But I'm using also an extension called Live Server, and the good thing with this extension is that that when you're typing something here and save it, this one will automatically refresh. So let's try to open it with the live server. I think it's running, so I go back here. Yeah, as you can see here, now it's running on a it's my own server. It's my local host. It's called. But as you can see here, this one is the heading, and if I change the text, you can see here it's live updating, and that's pretty nice. Well, so far so good. Let's jump back to the code here. Yep. Well, I will try to use the navigation tag. This one is a way to making a comment in a HTML file, so it will not show up in the browser, as you can see here. So it's in the comment. It's not in the comment. It's only a comment, I would say. Let's use the nav tag, as we know. And we say navigation, navigation here. Oh, it's going very good. Goes here. As you can see here, that there is popping up the navigation on the website. So it's live updating. That's pretty nice. Okay, let's try to use a section tag. Normally you would use a section tag when there is yeah, it's self-explained. I think it's when there is a new section on the website. So let's start out with a section, and we use an H2 here. It's a heading 2. It's smaller than this one. Employee, what can we call it? Employee in the firm. Yeah, and then we will make a table. A table is a table is a way to show data on a nice on a nice way. Before, in the old days, many websites was made by tables in the markup, but don't go that way now. It's so outdated, and we got as you saw before, we got some pretty good tags to make a markup for the website. But let's try to use a table here, and it's got a T header, and for the T header we need a table row, it's called, and a table header. As you can see here, if you type in name, the name will go up here. And let's just copy this. We are lazy. And I think I will put in, say, H and ginger. And roll. Yeah. And you can see, because it's a table header, it's bold up here. That's pretty nice, I think. That's good for now. And let's make a T body, and it's self-explained again. It's the body of the table. And when you make a table row again, and we make some table data, it's called TD. And let's call this Tom, and make a TD again. And let's say H. As you can see, we're following along here. The name, the first name is a name, and this is the H. And let's say that Ginger here, it's a male, and the role, he's just an employee, I think. Yeah. And again, I'm pretty lazy, so I will take this, copy it, make a new table role, and once again, and as you can see, it's not formatting right now, but it has a nice feature in the Visual Studio Code. You can just Shift Alt F, or just right click and see format document. And let's make this one to another name. Seconds. It's called, let's say, we can say John. He is 18 years. It's a male. And he is okay, let's give him a boss. He's a young boss. And let's say Julia here. And she's 25. She's a female. And just an employee. As you can see now, this I will save. As you can see, it's updating, and we got 2 more employees in here in our table. It's well structured. It's kind of ugly right now, but with the style, the CSS, we can make it much more smooth and better looking. But it's not a part of the course right now. This is plain HTML markup. Well, now as we can see here, we are ending the table. That's why that's how we ending with the end tag. It's called. This is the start tag and this is the end tag, and it's nicely structured here in Visual Studio Code, and you can see the lines here. So you can see it right fast where the closing part is, and the nice way is also you can collapse it. Okay, this is the first section. Then let's try to make a new section. As you can see, the section here I've just saved. The section here will not be generated because there is no content in it. So it's lying unvisible here. Let's make an unordered list. Unordered list. So make it capital L here. And this time we use an H3. Roles in the firm, we call it. And you can see it popping out here. And let's make the unordered list now. It's URL for unordered list. And and this is a list item. It's one of the items that will go into the list. Let's call this admin/boss. And the next item is employee. That's the 2 roles that you can have in this firm. Save. As you can see here, there is a dot outside this one, and it's because it's an unordered list. Of course, these lists you can style it. You can style it if you want to, but right now I'm leaving it as plain HTML. We can try to use an ordered list. It's OL, and now you can see it will change to numbers, and it's because it's an ordered list now. So it will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. But let's keep it on to an unordered list, and now we will make a footer. We say, let's say copyright by New York Employee Management. And as you can see, the footer is popping down here. Well, this one is pretty simple HTML. And it's just so you can see how we can use it and how it will be rendered in the browser. I'm using Google Chrome. I think Google Chrome is an amazing tool for web development. Web development. As you can see here, I can choose inspect on it. Oh, just 2 seconds. I will have to move this down. Docket. Yep. And as you can see here, if I do this one a little smaller here, you can see if I tag the body, yeah, it will highlight the whole body, and then I can pull it out and see where's the header. It's up there, and where's the H1 tag? It's up there. As you can see, it says that there are some padding or margin on it. That's the yellow one up there. again, it's not a style course, but as you can see here, there are marking on the style for the H1. And when it's a user agent here, it's a default style there is, and it's the same for both you and me. So if I want to make this another color, let's say another color, I have to override this one. But again, it's another course. But I think Chrome here is pretty nice for inspecting the browser element here. And as we can see, you can see all the HTML tags in here, and you can follow along. As you can see, the header name here, its name, and so on. So I will, if you don't have Chrome, I will definitely recommend it. So you can go download it. I think you get the best developer experience in it, or else you can use Firefox. It's pretty nice also. Okay, I think this first index.html is done. Again, it's a pretty simple course, so everyone can follow along. Let's try to make a new file. Just right-click over here and say new file, and let's call it news.html. As you can see, it's a totally blank document again. We could go in and copy all this and just delete everything in the body, but I'm going to use the doc tab, and I call the firm news, I think. Okay, let's see. Again here, I will make a header. And inside the header, I will make a h1 tag and call employee news, I think. As you can see now, we can see the changes. If we want to see the changes, I think we need to go in here and say news.html. Oh. Sorry, my bad. I'm jumping back to HTML again. I will make the navigation for it here. It's pretty simple. Let's see. Yeah, I will do that. I will make an A tag. It's a anchor point. It's like a link, and I'll make a ref. It's where it should point to. And if I say Control Shift, it will give me a. I have called it new. Sorry. I'll call it news. I'll rename it. And we can just start typing it, and it will say there. And as you can see here, if we save, we need to make news here. As you can see now, there is a link here. And if I'm pressing it, it will go to this one over here. And so we can go back again. It's because I have spelled it wrong before. Because I can type in index here also, and then I go back to index. As you can see up the browser, in the browser URL here, it's just changing. So, but let's see that we don't want to change it up here. We want to make a link here. So we make a nav here again, and going to make an anchor tag again. I think you already guessed that. And here we say index, and we call it front page here. As you can see now, we can click. We can go back and forth. But let's stay on the news page so you can see what I'm coding. Again, we make a section now. And this section, we give it a h2 tag and call it 2 seconds. We call it, what should we call it? We will call it, sorry, I think we try to use a 4 tag, h4. And we say today, firm news. As you can see, when we are going up in the size here, it's going to be smaller. I think there is up to 6. We can just try it if you want. Yeah, I think 6 is the last one. Let's try to 7. 6. But let's go with 4 here. And now let's make an article. And it could be a blog post or something you put into an article. But a section is more a section on a website. This part is a section, and below there is some content. It could be an article, a header, or table, something else. But let's make an image. I think. Yeah, let's make an image. This is the image tag. As you can see now, that nothing happened, and that's because we need to make a source. In the most cases, people will have a folder called images there, and you can just create one new folder. And as you can see, there is nothing in it, but just 2 seconds. I will go and grab one we can use. I will copy this. I'll copy this to this folder. Oops. Now, as you can see, there is an image in here. A pretty nice name. Not. As you can see now it can't see the image, and it's because it's inside the folder. So you are outside in the root right now. So you have to go into image and take image. And as you can see, it's pretty pixelated, and it's pretty big. So we make a height here, call it 200 pixels, and a width, call it 200 pixels. And now it will scale it down. Let's look more crispy now, I think. Well, let's make a new tag here. It's called a paragraph tag. It's typically it's a paragraph text, so it could be a long blog post or something else. We just do a lorem. I think it's also an extension I got here, but it's just so I don't have to type in so long text. So as you can see, it's a paragraph here. It could be a longer text, but this one is fine, I think. Yeah, I think that's the news for today, for the employee news. As you can see, we have created a link. We have created a table in here. You can see we can try to collapse it here. That's pretty nice when the document is getting big. So it can be well structured. I think that's for now. Maybe in the further session or other videos I will create, we can try to maybe style it or maybe make some functionality. The functionality will be in JavaScript, JavaScript, and the CSS is only for styling this page. Right now it's pretty boring, and it's not beautiful. But hello, it's a start, right? I've made this image for you so you can see some of the HTML tags. Feel free to take a screenshot so you can Google some of the tags and learn much more about them. I hope you will like my video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button. It will mean a lot to me, guys. Have a nice day and happy coding, guys. See ya!